Do you know what the saddest thing about Formula One, like over the years, over the decades that I've watched this sport, and many of you have, is when we have regulations that might last 4, 5, 6 years, and we get to the final stage of that regulation, the cars are so competitive. They're so good. And you almost think like, don't mess this up. Don't give us new regulations. We're loving life right now. We're living la vida loca. And yet, you know, technology advances, motorsport advances. You have to do what you have to do. But my God, what I saw in that Monza Italian Grand Prix, I almost called it the Monza Grand Prix, whatever, was actually beautiful. Those first couple of laps where overtaking is taking place. I'm seeing Leclerc on Piastri. I'm seeing Norris on Verstappen. I'm seeing Verstappen back on Norris. You know, Hamilton's going down the field. Bortoleto is competitive in the top 10 in a Sauber. Oh, it brought a tear to my eye. It brought a tear to my eye because we are seeing good quality racing. People, you know, I had this conversation the other day with people, you know, people I work with and whatnot, and they talked about Formula One. They said, listen, the most important thing is the start and the finish. They will watch the first 3 laps and they'll watch the last 3 laps. And I'm like, no, guys, you don't get it. There's a whole story going on here. There's an impeccable story that is taking place throughout the season, throughout the race day, the weekend. Because nothing is similar, and nothing is it's not the same thing every single lap. It's just not. We're seeing strategies take place. We're seeing, you know, people having to second guess and think, how do I get one up on the driver in front? You know, Lando Norris is being asked, you know, should we go longer on these medium tires so we can maybe jump on the soft later on just to try and counter maybe Max Verstappen or keep the Ferraris at bay, because Leclerc's pace was brilliant. You know, and we're talking about Ferrari, who have had a stinker. Let's have it right. They've had a stinker this year. Then I see George Russell, who always is in the top 4, top 5, constantly in Formula One, even though Mercedes aren't looking that great either. And the truth of the matter is, when Red Bull, like 2 seasons ago, Red Bull were winning, 23 out of 24 races in a Formula One calendar season. And to have it right, I think Sergio Perez in the Red Bull seat had won 2 races. You know what I'm saying? So Max Verstappen, won 20 races in Formula One? It was nasty work. Formula One in 2023, you know, it made me think of like the Formula One in 2016, 2017 maybe, or like the 2002 days. And you're just like, nah, 2004, it was smelly, but it was still entertaining. It was still good to watch for those of you that are just Formula One fanatics. But now we're in a regulation period whereby we're coming to the end of this, and I'm seeing Isaac Hadjar on the podium. Okay, fine. You know, Lando Norris's car blew out. If he finished P4 still, right? Hadjar. Even though, you know, regardless of everything, he was finishing P4 in a racing bull, for goodness sake, in a V carb in 2025. And he was there on merit. He qualified there as well. The Formula One spectrum towards the end of a regulation, it's just brilliant. It's just brilliant. It's so good. And it's a shame that we have to change these regulations, but it's also a must. So I totally understand it. But my goodness, enjoy this season, people. I know McLaren might look like they're dominating the whole thing, right? And it is what it is. But then you get those moments in the calendar season, like Max Verstappen winning in Monza. Just because it's Max Verstappen doesn't mean it's still not special. It is special when you see another driver who you don't expect to be winning races or be competitive do what he's doing. Especially when you look at the teammate and you see that they're lagging. They're not doing anything worth anything in a season. They're not doing much. But this is where Formula One is in a pickle, because right now, this is the best time of the season. This is their greatest moment, is when they are fighting and being competitive. And then unfortunately, they have to scrap the scrapbook and start all over again. And then one team usually you know, gets a grip on it and they ride off into the sunset. So 2026, we could see a season where one team's gonna fly away for a year, for 2 years, for 2.5 years, and then the rest of the pack start to collectively get, you know, pack up, you know, get between themselves and start doing something with worth talking about. A Kick Sauber's finishing in the top 10. A Kick Sauber has been on the podium. A Racing Bull has been on the podium. You know, the Red Bull that is Max Verstappen has won races, plural, in Formula 1 in 2025. Like, that's concerning in a good way. That's brilliant. That's something that we like to talk about. That's something that we like to discuss. That's something that we are here for, without a shadow of a doubt. And yet, just as the fun is going, because you know what, McLaren will win this Drivers' Championship, McLaren will win the Constructors, but we need to see how it unfolds, because it's not going to be as simple as you think. It's not going to just be black and white, because McLaren have a circuit that they don't like in Monza, and you know what, Las Vegas isn't the greatest for them either. So there's still much more to go, many more seasons to go, many more races to go, to see how this season actually does unfold. And I'm here for it, man. I'm here for the script. Formula 1 is a great sport, and I just wanted to just give them a shout out in this video, because people talk nonsense about Formula 1, and they always do. You know, how it's not competitive, or first lap, last lap, all that kind of jazz. And yet we get seasons like this. You can't ignore what we are seeing. You can't ignore it. Let me know your thoughts on Formula 1, regulation changing, you know, in the times of the regulations. Where do you stand with it all? YouTube thinks you'll like this video over here, so make sure you do click on that. And I'm so intrigued to see what you guys have to say about this. Until next time, lights out.